Everyone, welcome to our Saturday afternoon edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan and our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach Ty Lue said it, the most important thing is health. And the Clippers didn't have it last season. Big time missed by Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Norman Powell, right on down the line. Despite all that, they continued to battle. Lue said these guys just keep fighting every single night. Kevin, back to you.
They did, and it showed, and it was fun to watch. Terrific. David, thanks. You know, the first thing you think of with both these teams, Greg, their athleticism. Some high flyers on the court tonight.
And, Kev, it's not just about the aerial skills, though. There are some guys out there who can flat out wear you down with their ability to run the floor.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harris is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Watanabe in at the 4. And for the Clippers. And small and power forwards, Leonard and Batum. Paul George is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Plumlee in at the 5. Bucket is good.
At 6'11", with his passing skills, Simmons will always find the open man.
Westbrook passes to George. Back to Westbrook. Outside, Batum. It's George on the wing. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
I like how Paul George comes off the screen under control, right up into his shooting motion. Smooth.
Simmons can't get it to go. Passes it to Westbrook. It's deflected, and he recovers it. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
It's the Nets now. The Nets on offense.
And really, whatever your take on Russell Westbrook is now, you can't deny his place in NBA history. Voted as one of the NBA's top 75 players of all time.
Here's Leonard. The kick out to Westbrook. Offline with his 3.
They are out of rhythm, 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
And they double up Simmons. Here's Watanabe. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Greg, it is impossible to argue against Westbrook belonging to that top 75 players list, isn't it?
It really is, Ken. I mean, his career numbers and accomplishments speak for themselves. A very unique player, easily one of the best during his prime.
Here's Simmons. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Simmons trying to get open, and he makes that one.
And Simmons is just so intelligent in these screen and rolls. A fantastic decision maker.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly. He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
A physical presence. Simmons is 6'11", nearly 250 pounds. He can easily absorb the hit.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
That one drops for him.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Clippers trail by 4. Smitty, expectations have been so high for this Clippers team in recent seasons with the addition of Kawhi and the addition of Paul George and the other great parts around him.
They've got a lot of terrific players, Kevin. On paper, they look playoff ready. So those expectations aren't so misplaced.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for Brooklyn, Noel's checked in for Watanabe. Johnson comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Thomas subbed in for Joe Harris. Basket counts.
I love seeing Norman Powell take the mid-range shot, making use of this area.
On the wing, Johnson. And the three off target.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
In the corner, Powell with it. Oh, good with the triple. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Covington with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Man passes to Highland. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's good planning, and that's good execution. And that's a great look.
A pass to Claxton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Robert Covington picks one up. Brooklyn shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Here's Highland. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Great floor awareness. Powell knows how to find his open teammates.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Highland. Guarded by Simmons. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Zubac. The rebound by the Nets. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
An interconference matchup. Last season, they went 2-0 against this club.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
Highland passes to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Highland misses. And Thomas has it in the corner. Simmons inside. And he banks in the layup. Claxton's got 8 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And so it's Brooklyn bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Coming onto the court is your host.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Nets.
Well, it's tough to score when you're getting stuffed on every attempt. Great job getting the hands up so far. Did you see that?
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like there.
And now, let's take one more look at that great Mobile One drive.
And Kevin, little plays like that one will help them manage this lead heading into the half. How about the determination?
Harris finds Simmons. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
With the regular season just getting started, it's like for rookies, Greg, who are beginning these new pro careers.
Personal foul.
Let me tell you, Kevin, the speed of the pro game is startling. And things are happening so fast, it can take years for the game to slow down.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Watanabe's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Simmons. Harris misses. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up to the Los Angeles Clippers. 11-point game.
Nicholas Batum making the resourceful play, gifting the ball to a ready shooter instead of forcing something.
And here's Harris from the arc. Paul George grabs the miss. Now the Clippers with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Timeout called the Nets. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. And Kawhi Leonard, with multiple finals MVPs, putting him in elite company.
GA, not many guys have done it ever. The only other current players, KD and LeBron. That should tell you just how special the Claw is.
Curry against Westbrook. On the wing, George. Misses the three.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Johnson for three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that'll be the first of a two-game road trip for them. Clippers trail by 7.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
Joel's checked in for the Nets. Ben Simmons comes in for Curry. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Simmons passes to Noel. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the Nets lead by 7. And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, GA, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Clippers. Norman Powell comes in for Leonard. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
It's really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Back to George.
2 minutes remain in the first
Pass to
half.
Highland.
2 minutes.
He kicks it to Powell. Covington with it. 6 to shoot. And no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejection.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
Yep, that one goes.
Tremendous activity from Covington, doing whatever he can to collect additional scoring opportunities.
Timeout called the Nets.
And guys, talk about the production that Covington brings to the table.
GA, he's been with quite a few teams, but he's been a starter most of his career. His presence on the defensive end, getting to the rim and scoring it, has been a treat.
Mann's checked in for Paul George. And a change for the Nets. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Simmons. And Noel throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Right side, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Getting to the rim, Covington has hot when he needs it.
Outside Curry. On the wing, Johnson. Drills the three-pointer. Johnson's got 6.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Highland passes to Powell. Here's Highland. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. This one for three. That shot off the mark. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Curry passes it to Finney-Smith. The Nets working the ball around now. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
This is basketball 101. This is the size mismatch you look to create.
The Nets shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the half. Powell against Johnson. And the rejection by Noel. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Curry finds Johnson. Takes a three. And the three ball is good. Johnson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Tyronn Lue. Tyronn, what problems are you seeing out there?
We haven't made shots. We just got to relax. We just got to keep playing.
Thanks for your time, Tyronn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what was your impression?
They're getting into the lane whenever they want, getting some high percentage looks. I don't see the coaching staff switching up too much. Keep it simple. Force your opponent to adapt to it.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, they need to change their strategy. We can see that. Jacking up three-pointers left and right, maybe a little contested, but from deep range, just isn't the way to play basketball, fellas.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Let's give a round of applause for
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Plumlee out there with Batum, and it's Westbrook in at the point. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
In my opinion, one of the most talented two-way players of this generation. Paul George has stayed humble throughout his success and has shown that he is willing to do whatever it takes to win.
He's perfect from the line this time. Well, over the last couple seasons, Smitty, Paul George has shown growth as a playmaker.
He has, Kevin. He's gotten much better at reading the defense and looking for the best shot available, whether it comes from him or a teammate. It shows in his assist numbers.
Offensive rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Claxton the pass to Thibault. Simmons with it. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Batum finds Leonard. Now George. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Watanabe. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
3 points.
Simmons got 6 assists in the game.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
And the Clippers call time here And last season, the Nets were a favorite to win it all. But, Greg, a first-round sweep by the Celtics. A very rude awakening.
And Kyrie missing so many games. How about Harden wanting out? Hard to build chemistry and continuity. That has to be the focus moving forward.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Here's Simmons. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
They built up this huge lead with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
I've heard it said, Greg, a coach can't give you confidence, but they can take it away. What's the meaning behind that?
Well, players at this level are naturally confident, but when coaches are always critical, it can take you out of your game. Makes you just start to think a little too much on the floor. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity. For decades, the Clippers were almost directionless, but they found their place in the NBA, becoming a franchise that competes in the West.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
A walking triple-double threat. Simmons needs to keep working on developing that jump shot to be truly unguardable.
Clippers moving the ball around. Unloads from 9. That one a little long. And the West, we know, is very difficult. But, Steve, for the Clippers, how much of their success is tied to their identity?
Kevin, a lot of it. They become a hard-nosed team, hanging their hat on defense, playing together, making opponents earn everything they get.
Leonard finds Westbrook, looking to get it. Oh!
No, he didn't. I'm amazed at the level of creativity by Russell Westbrook. His dunks are special. He's an outstanding athlete.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And I just love his competitiveness he's showing there. Team might be down, but a drive like that could spark them. Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Back to Westbrook. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
There's close coverage, there's contact, but then there's Russell Westbrook. It does not bother him at all.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
One more time for Jokic.
So for the Nets, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Noel. Johnson comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Seth Curry in for Watanabe. And Simmons slams it in.
Coach has to be happy with Simmons' intensity tonight, fighting hard for his looks on offense.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now we see more and more top prospects bypass college or even leave high school early to make 6 figures playing for G League Ignite. For many years, going pro at such a young age was something we only saw abroad, but that reality is now here. Kevin?
I like it too, David. The landscape is shifting, and I think for the better. Thank you for the report. Pass to Highland. Takes it from 10. Rebound, Brooklyn. Finney-Smith kicks to Simmons. He gets it in there. Simmons got 24.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Goes back up. Another shot. The rebound by Paul George. And Los Angeles guys shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Johnson, wide open. He fires. Again, the Nets for 2.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Leonard kicks to Zubats. Passes it to Powell. Here's Highland. Nobody near Leonard. Good on the triple. Leonard's got 9.
What concentration from Kawhi Leonard, rising up and firing.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Brooklyn. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And the Clippers have possession. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Simmons is out there with Sharp. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Curry in at the point guard. Morris with the bucket.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Brooklyn.
The lineup for the Nets. Royce O'Neal.
And here's Sharp. He dishes it to Harris. The three-pointer, no good. Man passes to Highland. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
That's how you set the table, and everybody gets to eat.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. On its way from Curry for 2. Offensive rebound, Nets. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Watanabe comes in for Royce O'Neal. And Simmons subbed in for Curry. Now the pass to Batum. Westbrook, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Russell Westbrook draws a whistle here. Defenders get frantic around him, not sure which way he's going next.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. And thinking back to that 2017 MVP season for Russell Westbrook, Steve, you know, he averaged a triple-double.
Kevin, what's incredible to me, Russ did it 3 straight years with OKC. Then again with the Wizards. Westbrook's numbers are out of this world.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Westbrook finds Plumlee. Outside, George. Westbrook surveying the D. Lays it up off the glass.
Westbrook takes these challenges personally. He loves scoring on aggressive defense.
And they double up Simmons. And it's Thybulle in the corner. Rebound by the Clippers. Plumlee's got 7 rebounds in the game. And George kicks to Batum. Harris against George. 5 to shoot. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Westbrook missing.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket. 26 points for Ben Simmons.
And the closer Simmons gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. I love watching him in attack mode.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Batum. Outside George. Over Harris. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Simmons. Westbrook with the block.
Great defensive effort by Russell Westbrook. Terrific closeout ability.
Finished off the break. Westbrook's got 6 in the quarter.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Ben Simmons. And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while.
How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Plumlee. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Gordon subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. Clippers trail by 21.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ben Simmons.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
Back to Westbrook. Here's Boston, guarded by O'Neal. Boston, no good.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Westbrook passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
There's a reason Russell Westbrook ranks among the greatest ever in terms of assists. He excels at getting the ball to his open teammates.
That one goes in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
No good on the free throw.
Some will call Westbrook a stat stuffer. But for him at this stage of his career, it's about trying to win titles.
Tipped away. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
It's the Nets now. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.